Something about women journalists brings the trolls out like very few professions do. It was true a century ago and it's true today. Consider how aggressive Donald Trump's abuse of female journalists has been. The women of Starry and Restless were routinely insulted and accused of sleeping with their sources. And my own experience chimes with this in its own small way. When I published a piece about a decade and a half ago about a group of punk rockers in Havana, some of the cruel and crass comments, they really shocked me. The issue wasn't the piece itself, but it was whether or not I had a right to report on young men and what I must have done in order to get the access that I did. So the other question that I had for the women journalists was one of motivation and inspiration. The fact is that reporting can be really inconvenient and unpleasant at times. And so I was really curious what kept these women going. I kept the question really vague. I was looking for answers that would really span a big variety. Mentors, writers that we admire, friends, family, competitors even. I don't do all that much journalism anymore, but for me, when I got to know the women of Starry and Restless, it really shifted my concept of what I had been doing and why. It gave me a really deep sense of history to know that a huge group of women had really been getting out into the world in the 20s, 30s, and 40s to write about it. For example, 180 women filed stories from the Spanish Civil War in the 1930s. There were so many women getting out there with such a joy and determination to tell people back home about the world that they had experienced. And I found it really awe-inspiring. Understanding the breadth and depth and variety of these different careers gave me a sense of flexibility in my own that I really appreciated. And I've gotten a bunch of really interesting answers to this question.